Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. If you are new here, we are a mixed family.
Yes, so I am half Thai, half Canadian, but grew up in Sweden.
I am Russian, but for the past 10 years I've been living abroad. Together we have two children, Angelina and Dominic. Today we are doing our very first Q&A video, and for your convenience I organized the questions into two categories. First we'll reply everything about our relationship, being a mixed family, living in Thailand, and the second part of the video will be questions about parenting. I will be replying them on my own. I hope you don't mind. Because in this family I'm more of like a rule maker. I think if it was up to Sebastian, the kids would just watch TV all day long, eat sweets for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Oh yes, the good life.
So let's begin with the questions. And the first question is, how long have you been together and how did you meet? We've been together for almost 9 years and we are married for...
10?
10 will be next year. And we've been married for almost 5 years now.
Oh, wow. just keep checking up on me to make sure I know.
Yeah. We met at the university here in Thailand. We both studied here. And turned out we had the same class. After spending some time together, we quickly fell in love. Challenges about coming from different backgrounds. Is there any challenges?
Yeah, there's the list is too long to really go through in this one video. Look, any nation has challenges with the Russians.
We have a racist here! So, I think in the beginning we had more misunderstandings than now. Now we are more used to each other. The very first misunderstanding was on our first date. You see, Sebastian, he came from Sweden, and in Sweden the women are very independent. They carry their own bags, opening their own doors and pay their own bills. In Russia it's very different. A man carries the bags, opens the doors and pays for the lady. So when we came to the cinema, Sebastian just casually told me to pay for my own ticket, which was very shocking for me coming from Russia. And it almost felt like an insult. I thought it would be our first and last date. But then I like this guy so much, and here we are, 9 years later, we laugh about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with women paying for themselves and all that. It's just I was very young and I hadn't met anyone from Russian culture or that sort of women before. So I just assumed that it's kind of like 50-50 basically. But to be honest, I do prefer women to be more traditional. So with the men taking care of the finances and the women doing more of the things at home and taking care of the kids more and stuff like that.
So what I see as a challenge even to this day is that my family, they don't speak any English at all. So they kind of don't really know Sebastian on a deeper level. When they're together, they just use sign language and just simple words, but they don't really know him that well.
Now it sounds like I haven't tried to learn Russian, but I actually did try. And it's just, I already know 3 languages, Thai, English and Swedish. And if you've seen the Russian alphabet, it's like some of the letters look like English letters, but they're pronounced differently. It's actually something else. So an A that looks like A could be like something differently entirely, and That's very confusing if you're gonna try to learn Russian and you come from an English background or like a background of Latin characters. So it was a little bit difficult, but I will of course continue to try and...
Do or don't do. There is no try.
Yes, she knows the Yoda quote.
The next question. Tell us about your childhood. I go first. I came from a tiny Russian island which is near Japan called Sakhalin. My family was never rich, but they tried their best to give me everything best they could. That is how I ended up coming to Thailand and studying here at the university, because my mom had to work day and night to provide for me, which I'm really grateful for.
Well, the story of my childhood is quite long and complex, but to keep it short, I grew up in Thailand for a couple of years, probably up until 4 or 5. And shortly after I moved to Sweden, and I grew up in Sweden until I was maybe 18, 20. And yeah, after that I came here to study in Thailand. That's how I met this fox.
The next question is, where do you live? Up until Angelina was 3.5, we traveled the world. We lived in at least 5 countries. But then I got pregnant with Dominic and we wanted to just settle and make a home for our kids. Bangkok felt like home since we lived here for so long and studied here. So yeah, we live in Bangkok, Thailand now. What's your favorite and the least favorite thing about raising kids in Bangkok? For me, my favorite thing about raising kids here in Bangkok is the convenience. There are plenty of playgrounds, activities for kids, lots of things to do, and we love it. But the least favorite thing is the heat, that you cannot just go outside and spend plenty of time outside because of how hot it is. So yeah, what languages your kids speak? Angelina speaks Russian and English fluently. And Dominic, he doesn't speak yet. He understands both languages, English and Russian. Angelina though, she is very excited to learn a new language. She wants to know Thai or Swedish. We're deciding right now. So that's it for the first part of our Q&A. I will let my husband go. Thank you for participating in this video.
You're welcome and good luck.
And now let's move to the second part of the video, parenting. So the first question is, how do you raise your children? Do you discipline? In our family, we use gentle parenting to raise our children. We rely on empathy, understanding and respect. I try my best to be cool even during the hard moments. Sometimes it's difficult, I'm not gonna lie. I am not perfect, but first of all, I try to fix myself rather than fixing my children. For disciplining, we don't scream, don't punish, don't hit, but we can say a firm no and follow through if it's something dangerous, disrespectful, or out of boundaries. When Angelina's behavior really bothers me, I always try to talk to her before bed and we discuss the situation and try to come up with the solution. The next question is, do you lose your cool? Yes, I do. I can raise my voice. I really don't like that. That's why I try to figure out my triggers and change the situation before I have the need to scream. If I lost my cool, if I raise my voice, I always try to make amends and apologize to my children. The next question is, transition from 1 to 2 children. Is it hard? It's hard. It's hard because everything doubles. There are 2 humans now to take care of, and they have different needs because of different ages and lack of sleep and so on. Stress doubles, really. Many families have jealousy issues, sibling rivalries. I was prepared for the worst. But turned out that Angelina is just so in love with her little brother, that she is so understanding and caring. Don't get me wrong, we have some issues sometimes, but they happen rarely. And the last question for the day, I don't want to make this video too long. How much screen time do they get? So Dominic is 15 months now and he doesn't know what screen time is. He's never seen any cartoons. Angelina is 4.5. She used to watch cartoons before for like 40 minutes a day, but now since 3 months ago she doesn't have any screen time at all. She listens to audiobooks, she listens to music, we do lots of activity outside, playing board games. So she's busy with all that, but no screen time for now. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A video, and if you have more questions you can always leave them down below. And thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!